Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy, and this video is on your uh, TNA Impact Road to Lockdown tour that happened 2 days ago. I do apologize, but I've been having to work quite a few hours and just have just enough time to do this video before I have to go back to work again. And here are the results, other than Jeff Hardy has signed a new 2-year contract with TNA Wrestling. Yet, though, he was recently been put on the WWE website with the alumni section. And here are the results from Bossier City from the 8th, as I was there live. A buddy of mine that I wrestled with, named Court Caution, he had front row seats, didn't even tell me about it. He was in the second row, did not even use his the condition of the tickets to go backstage. Since he is a indie fed wrestler such as myself, he didn't even try to swap the tickets. I would have been glad to go backstage and meet some of my favorite wrestlers in TNA. Even though I did have a chance to meet Velvet Sky, as you can look on my Facebook account and see that I did take a picture of her and with her. Also, got to shake Jeff Hardy's hand and wear the TNA Championship belt. That they have the $20. You pay $20 to sit normally in the ring with them, but this time it was outside the steel cage where they enter the ring. Okay, speaking of Velvet Sky, she was autographing with photo ops. They had the giant, I would say handkerchief, but they looked like you can cover a whole table with it. And of course the website was advertising the backstage meet and greet, which started at 5:30, which the website didn't state on there. And they opened the doors at 6. And whenever I got there at 6:20, they already were opening the doors. And I looked on both sides of the parking lot, and guess what? There was only like 6 cars on one side of the arena, and maybe 10 to 12 on the other side. And that was including my car as well. Okay. Of course, all the $75 seats, no matter where it was on the floor, got to go backstage. Whenever I got inside the arena, everybody was sitting down with well, not everybody. They were just in line getting Velvet Sky's autograph. I got her T-shirt. If you hang on a second, I will get that right for you. And there you go. If you see her autograph, right down here is her autograph. Also got James Storm. And his is on the top. And of course his was on the top as well. Okay, on with the show. Okay, also finally met the guy that everybody's been talking about from Bossier City High School. The next product of your gut check, which has been suspended at the present time. His name is Scott Murdoch. I spoke to him myself and got it from the horse's mouth. It's suspended indefinitely because of the vote. Somebody had been complaining about the voting online and what have you. For the gut check. And if you go to TNA Wrestling website, it also says that it has been suspended. Alright, match number 1, Zema Ion versus Christian York. It was a comedy match. Zema was prepping his hair, just like he does on TV, spraying it. Christian at one point, actually when they first started the match, Zema was running around the ring, and tradition, just when he gets in the ring, just waits on his opponent kicks him down. Well, Christian at one point got a can of spray and he started pripping, and he got a hold of the referee's head, who doesn't have any hair, and he was spraying him. That was so funny. I said, he has no hair. Well, anyways, back and forth match when Zima was arguing with a ref, and when he turned around, and Christian delivered the mood swing as he was hollering for earlier, which is nothing more than a crossroads neckbreaker finisher and pinfall. Match number 2, Tara without Jesse, versus Let the Pitches Loose, Velvet Sky. Velvet won the match with her finisher, Face Crusher, between the legs. And it was starts off like the pedigree. The pedigree, but instead, implant, where she goes butt first on the mat. Match number 3, Daniels with Kazarian in a singles match versus Hernandez. Well, Kazarian came down with Daniels, and they just started downing Bossier's head and how fat the crowd is, and they commented to several of the fans that were there, and they did a promo. Match barely was started just as the bell rang, and Kaz was immediately thrown out as he was arguing with Baby Hebner. That's Earl Hebner's son. And so we get a one-on-one for a few minutes with Hernandez about to border toss Daniels, and Kaz runs down and gets on top rope, pulls Daniels out of the move, and then referee calls for a disqualification. Well, suddenly after that, Chavo comes down and says, well, we had a singles match against you, Kazarian, later on, but now we're turning it into a tag team match. And that match is number 4, Mexican America version 2 versus Daniels and Kazarian. Well, Chavo and Hernandez win this match by border toss, frog splash combo. Kaz and Chavo started things off back and forth, and they got some momentum. Kaz got the momentum and tagged in Daniels, who they both worked over Chavo for a bit until Chavo countered the move. Chavo got the momentum and reached for the tag to Supermex, but ref didn't see it, and the double teaming on Chavo. As then Supermex comes in, and anyways, as the evil duo, the heels, turn into a double clothesline, and gets long enough for Chavo to get back to his feet. And Chavo delivers 3 amigos on Kaz, while Daniels was tossed out of the ring, and then Supermex tells Chavo frog splash, and points up as a remembrance from Eddie to the heavens, as he points to the heavens, and there you have it, frog splash, pinfall by Chavo. Next match was Cowboy James Storm versus A-Double, Austin Aries. Storm won with a last call super kick. Comedy match to start off as A-Double is downing Louisiana about anything, especially about beer drinking. He says he drinks wine. We started a chant for A-Double as CM Punk is straight edge style. Well, that brought out Storm to the ring for his interjection and saying that the Stykes like to party, drinking beer. And then ends the saying with the crowd, he starts saying, sorry. And then everybody in the crowd, back your damn luck. Well, as he holds the microphone up, they started the match, and A-Double running the ropes and posing on his normal, laying across the top rope. A-Double even went to get a bottle of Storm's beer and tried to use it, but Baby Hefner caught him as he took a drink, and just he holds it in his mouth like he was acting like he was swallowing it, and it sets up for a James Storm super kick. Last call. And just at the same time he kicks, great timing from A-Double as he spit it out, and then Storm pinned him. Afterwards, Storm celebrated in the ring as invited all to sign autographs freely, but $5 for a pick and autograph. I got his shirt and his autograph. I just seen earlier. And it's called for the intermission, which lasted about 15 to 20 minutes because everybody was there to get autographs for James Storm. And there was like 2 lines all the way around it. One side of steel cage to the other. And they forced us, myself and my buddy Robert and his girlfriend. Court Caution was going to join us for the picture, but he disappeared. There was a match that was advertised, but Bobby Roode was not there. I know why. So they eliminated that match, and because Bully Ray was supposed to battle somebody. Yeah, he was supposed to battle Bobby Roode. But since that happened, Devon got a title shot, as Devon is your Legends TV champion. So it was a champion versus champion match versus Jeff Hardy in the main event in the steel cage. So we got Jeff Hardy versus Devon, steel cage match for your main event. And Jeff defeated Devon even after an interference from Aces and Eights member, unknown who he was, because he wasn't as big as the guys on TV. Heck, he was barely like 6 foot tall, but he was a good 300 pounds, not much bigger than that. Because Luke Gallows, you could tell he's real tall, and this was a masked guy, so the other guys have already been demasked. It wasn't Wes Briscoe, and it wasn't Eric Bischoff's son, Garrett. So if anybody was at the show and see this video, comment and let me know which guy it was. Okay, Jeff and Devon battled and diving. Devon went for a shoulder block on Jeff. He ducked it and struck Earl Hebner at the finish. The ref set up as the door was open. Jeff ends on Devon. Okay, as Jeff lands. Okay, I missed my line. As the door was open and it wasn't locked at all by any chain at all. And the Aces and Eights member hit Jeff down for about a minute before Bully Ray came in for the save. And the Aces and Eights member had plenty of... Bully Ray stood above. The member didn't even hit him at all when he had plenty of time to kneel down and grab him, removing his mask, but allowed him to escape the ring. Anyways, there are no rules in a cage match. Earl, by that time, was up and seen Jeff on top of Devon and got the pinfall victory. As Jeff was recuperating, Bully Ray grabbed the heavyweight belt and posed for a minute with it, hesitated for the crowd to cheer, and handed it to him, eventually still staying face. Bully gave the belt back and raised Jeff's hands in victory. Bully left the cage, leaving Jeff posing with the belt for the top of the cage, and afterwards Bully leaving Devon and members of Eights on the rampway. The announcer then said, "Meet and greet with Jeff at the cage door for pics." Got ours and mine is on my Facebook account. And they also announced about 5 minutes later, also at the from the announcing, Tara was signing autographs at the merchandise table. No, Jesse was there, and of course I chose Jeff Hardy over Tara, as I also held the TNA Championship belt. What was embarrassing, I told Jeff that, well, I'll talk to you later on Facebook. Well, the guys in charge of all that said, well, Jeff has a Facebook account. There are many accounts with Jeff Nero Hardy on Facebook. And the only JNH, on Facebook. Well, apparently he doesn't have a Facebook. He's only on Twitter. And that ends my video for your road to lockdown from Bossier City, Louisiana on February 8, 2013. Thanks and peace out.